It was the last race of the season, and everyone had already written Lucas off. They said he had no chance. His car was old, the engine was tired, and frankly, his garage held more losses than it did trophies. He'd heard the whispers, seen the doubtful looks. But standing there, with the roar of powerful engines all around him, he made himself a quiet promise. It wasn't about winning today. It was about proving to himself that he still had it in him to race, to fight, to simply be there on the track. He looked at his simple, worn-out car, a stark contrast to the gleaming machines beside him. This wasn't about glory. This was about heart. The flag dropped, and the world exploded into motion. The other cars shot forward like rockets, a blur of color and sound disappearing down the track. Lucas's car, however, barely seemed to move. It was a slow, sputtering start, and for a moment, it looked like his race was over before it even began. But Lucas didn't panic. His focus was absolute. He knew a fundamental truth about racing and about life. No race is ever won at the start. It's won by those who have the grit to keep going, to endure, to push through when others fall away. As he watched the other cars vanish into the distance, his speedometer crept up, slow but steady. He was in the race. That was all that mattered. Then came the third lap, and with it, the most treacherous part of the course, a hairpin curve notorious for ending dreams. As the pack of leaders barreled into it, chaos erupted. One car spun out of control, its tires screeching in protest. Another went airborne, flipping over in a horrifying spectacle of twisted metal. The crowd gasped, a collective wave of shock rippling through the stands. Lucas, arriving moments later, saw the smoke and the wreckage. With instinct honed by years on the track, he swerved, dodging the spinning car by mere inches. He felt the jolt, the near miss, but he never took his eyes off the road ahead. He was slower now, but he was still in the race. He just kept going. As the laps wore on, his old car began to protest. The engine started to cough, a painful sputtering sound that echoed his own exhaustion. The dashboard lights flickered erratically, like a failing heartbeat. "Don't stop," he whispered to the machine, his voice barely audible over the engine's struggle. Not now, not yet. He saw other drivers, their high-tech cars pushed to their limits, pulling into the pit lane for repairs, for fresh tires, for a moment of relief. But Lucas had no pit crew waiting for him. There was only him, his trembling car, and his unwavering, steady heart. He stayed on the track, a lone figure pushing against the inevitable. On the final lap, the world seemed to conspire against him. The sky, which had been clear just moments before, turned a bruised, angry purple. Rain began to fall, first as a gentle mist, then as a torrential downpour. The track transformed into a slick, black mirror, treacherous and unforgiving. Cars ahead of him spun out, their drivers fighting for control on the slippery surface. But through the sheets of rain lashing against his windshield, Lucas saw something no one else could. Bathed in the glow of his own headlights, cutting through the darkness and the storm, was the finish line. And with everything he had left, every last ounce of fuel and courage, he hit the gas. When his car finally crossed that line, there was a moment of stunned silence. No one could believe it. The slowest car, the oldest machine, the driver everyone had counted out, had finished the race. He didn't come in first, or second, or even 10th. But as he coasted to a stop amidst the rain, steam rising from his exhausted engine, he felt a profound sense of peace. He had done it. Because sometimes the real victory, the real podium, is found in not giving up when every single thing in the universe is telling you that you should. In life, just like in racing, it's not always about who crosses the finish line first. It's about who has the courage to keep driving, to keep pushing forward, even when the road is dark, the storm is raging, and the world is trying to stop you. Thanks for watching. If this story resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more. Keep driving.